Hello and welcome back to American Truck Simulator. Yes, it's time for another proper pre-recorded video of this instead of just a live stream. And I have no idea what city I left off in. I was trying to do this thing where I'd kind of stay consistent and go from place to place and not jump around the map, but I can't seem to figure out where I was. I do want to go to, what's it called? Eureka. So I'm going to see if I can find any jobs available that go to Eureka. Is there a way I can just say I want to go to recipient. Okay, so this is I want to go here. Oh, I can't select it. Okay, that's nice. Is this doesn't seem to have ordered things well. I'm ordering by recipient and it's not exactly working out the way I intended. This one caught my eye because my friend Lamelli just recently went there for the first time, so that might be cool. Alright, so we're going to take this one because it's the best price per distance to go to end up in Winnemucca, however you say that. I've never been there, I'm not so familiar with Nevada, so that should be interesting. So yeah, today, what am I going to talk about? I'm going to accidentally activate the windshield wipers first of all, and then hopefully figure out how to get out of here. Yeah, so okay, so I think I'm gonna have to start doing videos every other day. I'm not sure yet. I might be able to get away with doing videos every day still. I'm not really sure about that. I have a feeling that if I continue to try to do videos every day, that I'm just gonna have the video quality go down, and you don't really want that. I mean, it's better to have a few fewer things, and better quality things, in my opinion, than to just have bad things and many of them, or, you know, just okay things and many of them. So I'm really gonna, oh god, I think I just clipped one of those things. I'm gonna try to really have better quality, maybe less frequently with my videos. And so, for instance, it's funny I say that when the time I'm recording this is the night before I'm publishing it, and last night I posted a very short, like a 3-minute video of The Division, which was essentially the intro with me being like, aha, blah, 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 and then finding out, because when I went to edit it, that the encoding couldn't actually keep up with the game, so I couldn't actually, like, properly record it, you know? Just gonna California stop this. Oh god, that was a bit fast for a California stop. We're still in California, so I can do that. And, you know, totally legal, because it's called a California stop. It must be legal, right? That's how that works. Anyhow, yeah, so essentially I'm going to probably slow it down with the videos. Also, I want to specifically mention there will not be a plane reviews video this week, probably. Ooh, god, that was toxic, and I nearly crashed into it. Because basically it comes to, it takes a lot of time, regardless, no matter what, it takes a lot of time to make one of those. And if I want to make one that's good, it takes a lot of effort. And I've made some ones that I'm not too proud of, I'm not too happy with the result, and I feel like I think it's better to try to get it right and get it better that way than to kind of go with, oops, that's the wrong button, to go with like, oh, this is like cool or whatever. And so I want to focus on making things better, perhaps. I also want to focus on some programming stuff a bit more, because I haven't been able to do that as much recently. And I also need to focus on school a bit more, because I've, oh wait, this is, okay. Is he gonna stop? Okay, yeah, he's gonna stop. I was gonna say, is he not gonna stop for this? Because that would be bad. Yeah, permanent construction. It'd be kind of cool if, like, the map would, like, generate these in different places, and they'd last for a certain amount of time and then clear up. So it's like actual construction in that it's, you know, like temporary. And he has his turn signal on, so I'm going to assume that I should have my turn signal on. So I'm just going to do that a little bit. Okay, there we go. I started moving a little early, but it turned out that was a pretty good time to start moving. I'm just going to kind of follow him through here. I'm probably tailgating. This is probably far too close. But yeah, so Kerbal Save Sharing is a project that is pretty much intended for a series called Kerbal Warfare. Once it's made, that will be the name of it. That is the project that I started working on with Reese. That is the project I've been working on that for, gosh, like months now. But unfortunately, basically real life gets in the way, as well as other projects. And so, you know, not too much has gone into it, but
I've gotten a couple of things done, especially today, that were extremely difficult with getting things set up to make it easier to work on that project. Basically, I bought a domain for it because I got a deal, 88 cents for a domain plus a 13-cent fee, so like just over $1 for a domain name. So I mean, that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. Of course, it's for 1 year, and then it jumps up to like a more normal price of like $10 a year. And so basically I figured, you know, if it's $1, I can afford to lose $1 on the chance that this will be worth it later. So if it's not really worth it, then obviously I'll just let the domain expire and that'll be it. But in the meantime, I have a fancy new domain, and it'll be cool to have that and have everything like all looking official and pretty. And why would you stop at the end of a fucking on-ramp? Why? Anyhow, God, that pisses me off. Yeah, I'm hopefully doing better. You know, no, you're staying out of my way, FedEx truck. We're both getting on right now because fuck you and fuck the AI, fuck everything. Anyhow, and this guy in front of me is way too free and slow, so I'm just gonna pass him like this. There we go. Nicely done. And so basically the main thing was I set up a custom domain. I bought a domain for it, and obviously I needed to put it on that domain. Now, one thing I could have done is just set up the existing server on that domain, right? And the existing server is a computer that is physically in my room, in my house, and so I have complete control over that. But the problem is that, for one thing, it's going to be inherently slower because it's on some it's first of all physical hard drives, whereas the VPS I have things on now is uses an SSD, so it's pretty quick file access. Not that I'm too concerned about that, but the thing is, like, what I have in my house right now is an old computer sitting in my room on a shoddy connection. Honestly, my router keeps going out, and that's a problem that I need to get resolved if I can. And the router problem, what was I going to say about that? Basically, like, the router's just shitting itself every once in a while, and it kind of sucks, and I just have to deal with it. Fortunately, it seems to be clearing up a bit lately. I think a big problem with that, a big part of it, is heat. And that's another thing. My server won't be able to operate when it gets hot because we can't afford air conditioning. And I live in Southern California in a really hot and humid area. It's like, I mean, the humidity's not really a problem one way or the other for computers. Like, for them, it's more temperature. Of course, for people, humidity makes a big difference. But in any case, it's just hot. And so I can't, like, right now, I can't run my main computer during the day, and I have to open up things at night when I can run my main computer. Like, right now, I don't have the window open because I don't want background noise while I'm recording, but normally I would have to have the window open to kind of cool down. And, like, I do that with a live stream because live streams, I don't worry about so much production quality because, you know, it's a live stream, it's live, it's reactions and talking, and there's sometimes some gaps where you're just not saying anything or doing anything for a little while, especially like when we were playing Factorio. Like, someone straight up said, like, oh, this is boring. Like, okay, yeah, maybe it is, but whatever. We're having fun. Some people might like it, some people might not. Whatever. And yeah, there was a giant pause there because I kind of lost my train of thought. You might have thought I forgot to talk or something. But no, I basically, that was the end of that line, and I had to think, what was I going to say after? Where was I going with that? You know, essentially, it's difficult for me to host from home. So what I did was I have this server that's been running a StarMade server in the background for quite a while, and I figured that would be a good, you know, good place to put it. Yeah, I'm slowing down a bit with my talking because I was watching my speed just now, because the last thing I want is another speeding ticket. Like, I've been doing pretty good on getting a good amount of money in this game, and of course I only have like a third of what Lamelli has, and I really want us to both get enough to get our own trucks, and then we can go on the multiplayer and play a bit on multiplayer, and that would be pretty fun, I think. And so, you know, obviously I got to whatchamacallit, played enough, get enough money to do that. I'm trying to play catch up with him, which isn't easy considering I don't have as much time to play it and record it as he does. Anyhow, so here's the big thing. Here's the big thing that made today really suck, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy. I decided that I would use my StarMade server to host the web server, since a web server doesn't take that much processing, like unless it's getting a lot of traffic, which it won't be, at least not for a while. And if it does get more traffic, then I'll ask for donations and use those donations to buy a better server, obviously. But the main thing is that I needed something to put it on, and something better than at home, something with a better internet connection, better hardware, etc., etc. So I had this VPS for StarMade, and using DigitalOcean, so that's a thing. And which reminds me, I just remembered I have $50 credit with Linode for virtual private servers as well, so I can definitely use that if I need to. Anyhow, so I wanted to set this up on my StarMade server, but more than that, I'm like, okay, if I'm going to use my StarMade server for some like side web dev stuff, for just like making sure things work, and like kind of the same thing that this server in my room is doing, testing primarily, but also has the capability to host something on a small scale, I figured, okay, I'll do that, but in order to do that, I want to set things up so that I can host multiple things on there. So at home, since it's really just primarily designed to be a test server, I'm not really concerned with how that looks. Like, you might have noticed that when I was talking about signing up and helping us test out the system, I was saying, oh, it's experiments.guard13007.com:8001, I believe it was, and that's because I was operating the server on port 8001 for testing purposes, for development purposes, and which reminds me, I need to Reno discovered. Oh, cool. Which reminds me, I need to actually work on, what's it called? I need to work on setting up a auto restart script on, whatchamacallit? Wow, what's the term for what I'm thinking of? I need an auto restart script for... Ooh. It did not like taking that corner. I'm going to pass on the shoulder here. I know technically that's slowing way down, because I just realized that I'm massively speeding. And unfortunately, there's another lane here now. Yay. What was I going to say? Essentially, I knew I wanted to have kind of a test server thing, and this is cool. Reno, Nevada. I think I've been here. Come to think of it, I think I've actually been here. That's interesting. I mean, it doesn't look particularly familiar, but it doesn't look particularly unfamiliar either. I'm not really sure. I think I've been there, but I'm not sure. Like, I was in a casino with my friend Alan for one day, and there's a cop there, and I'm just expecting the speed limit to suddenly drop, and it's going to piss me off if it does, and he catches me, and that would really, really suck. I'm just going to go ahead and slide on over here, because these cars are stopping. Wow. Okay. I was not expecting there to just be a stop. Like, that was a highway at highway speed. Oh, now it's 30. Okay. Come on. Come on, little car. You can do it. Yeah, he's not making left turn. Okay. So, what was I saying? I was saying something. Something about... Oh, yes, I wanted to set up VPS and stuff, and... Shit, now they're making left turn. I'm gonna see if... will you let me in? No? That is not a red signal offense. It was yellow when I entered the... fine. Fine, it's a red signal offense. You're right. I'm sorry. Should have stopped. I just wanted to keep going. I didn't want to stop. Anyhow. Yeah, so I wanted to set up I wanted to set it up so that I could have multiple servers on there. And the other thing is, I don't want to mess around with the Lapis configs. I don't want to mess around with the applications, and I don't want the applications and what they do and all that kind of stuff. I don't want it to interfere with each other. Like, if I have multiple versions of a thing running, or multiple things running on the same server, I don't want them interfering. So what I decided I would do to set that up is set up multiple server instances, and then have a proxy server running on just like the standard ports, and the proxy server could redirect to the appropriate port so that everything would run nicely. And when I said redirect just then, I used the wrong word. I keep doing this by accident, but I mean proxy. There's a difference between proxy and redirect. Proxy essentially says, a proxy is essentially like, I say, I'm A, there's B, and then there's C. B is the proxy. I'm A, and I want to go to C. And what I do is, in the case of this web proxy, it's a little bit different from other kinds of proxy, but in the case of this web proxy, I say, I want to go to C, please. And, actually, technically, you go, I want to go to... Actually, yeah, okay. Let me start this over again because I'm kind of explaining it badly. Sorry. I start with, I want to go to C, but the way the infrastructure is actually set up, I go, okay, give me B, please. And B goes, okay, C, this person wants this from you. And then C responds to B with, here it is, and then B passes it on to A. And as far as A knows, they're connecting to C. I mean, technically in the infrastructure, they know they're connecting to B, but from the user's perspective, from whoever's using it, it looks like you're just going straight through to C. But there's actually a B in the middle that's like handling what's going on between you and C. And so that's what I wanted to set up. It's actually a pretty basic concept, a pretty simple thing to set up. It's like 6 or 7 lines of code. It's very, very simple, except it wasn't, because I spent 6.5 hours or so working on this today. It's like I said, 6 lines, except the thing is, online, looking up the information for how to do this, the documentation wasn't clear. When looking up other people asking the same question or similar questions, the things people were saying were not like really correct. There was people asking similar questions, but they weren't the same thing. They were, a bit wrong. This is illegal. Oh, will I get caught? No. Cop doesn't care that I'm driving down the wrong side. That's nice. Why is there no speed limit here? Is it because I'm on the shoulder and it doesn't know what to tell me for a speed limit? That's probably what it is. Oops! I almost hit him. Let's get back on the road. Yep, it's going to be 80 still. Okay. I was worried I was speeding a bit. This is pretty. This is actually pretty. So anyhow, it's a few simple lines of code, but everywhere I looked for how to do it, what those simple lines of code are, there was nothing but people giving blatantly wrong answers that I couldn't tell whether they were wrong or right, but were ultimately wrong because the documentation wasn't clear enough, and just people. It's a bad situation. It's like no one ever tried to do what I was doing before, I guess, and so there was no. Yeah, I'm in Winnemucca, or however you say that. I'm in that place, and no matter what I did, I just couldn't find the answer, and it was very frustrating. It was very frustrating. But finally, after doing all this searching, doing all this poking around, I took a little break for a little while, and then I ended up kind of testing things out and going off this off-ramp way too fast. Oh, jeez. I thought he was going to keep going, and he stopped. I ended up testing a bunch, finally got it working, then had this weird problem where basically one thing I'm doing is I'm forcing HTTPS only, which means that, oops, I didn't really check that side. Oh well. I'm forcing HTTPS only, which means that you have to use, what's it called? Encryption. You have to have a secure connection in order to actually get on the server, which is a good thing, and all websites should do that, or, there's like what, like 3 cases where it's not a good idea to do that? Like, there's really no reason not to anymore. Every computer is capable, every piece of software is capable. There's very, very few exceptions to that rule. But that's another argument, that's another tangent. But, so I set that up, but what I want to do is, instead of just giving an error when you go on HTTP, I want it to automatically redirect you to the correct page in HTTPS. So that way, if someone just types in the URL, it automatically takes them to the right place, even though they started out telling it the wrong place to go. And it's just kind of a standard thing to do. And is that my turn? Yeah, that's my turn. It didn't seem like it was, but considering those are yellow X's that say you will die here, I love how the stop signs, you can just flip them over like, doesn't matter. But yeah, I wanted to... What is this place anyhow? Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong button. Nope, I wanted to look at... Nope, that's not it. What's the button I had set up for that? I thought I had one. No, that just centers the view. That's just moving the view. I could have sworn... I could have sworn I had a button to... Okay, I'm just going to use the keyboard because it is within range. What am I driving? Sunshine Crops. Pressure tank. Do you really want to cancel? No, I hit the wrong button. That is the button to get rid of the... Okay, I don't know why that ended up going like that. I guess it was because of the page I was on. Anyhow, So, like I said, really simple thing to want to do, except apparently no one ever had wanted to do it that way before or something, so it was really difficult to figure it out. I've got to go post a little, like, tutorial about it now, because it took me so fucking long, and I want to make it so that the next guy who wants to do this, they don't get totally fucked over like I was. And it was bad. But in the end, it took me a long time to even just get the HTTP to HTTPS redirect working, but I got that working. Everything was awesome in the end. But it took a very long time, and it was very draining and very frustrating. And I'm gonna take this job. And that's pretty much my day today, and what I'm focused on at the moment is, now that I've got that hurdle jumped over, I'm going to work on one other kind of hurdle that's going to be difficult, which is setting up like automatic deploys from GitHub so that I can just push some code changes and they'll automatically go exactly where they need to and have everything set up the way it's supposed to. That way I can very quickly and easily test things and say, hey, this worked, or hey, this didn't work, and you know, that way I know this is a really cool place. This place is cool. Basically, so I could know what's up with things. And yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm tired. It was very frustrating. It was a very long day, but I'm gonna have a bit of frame drop. Yeah, that happens in cities in ATS for some reason, and my encoding is actually overloaded right now. That's not good. Oh god, this whole video might be ruined. I doubt it, but I mean, it's telling me encoding's overloaded even now, even though everything's smooth now. I don't think that's a problem. Okay, it's gone now, but god, that would suck if that ends up being a problem. Well, in any case, I've had a very frustrating day. I've managed to get everything working, but it was very frustrating, and needlessly so. This is something that should have been done in an hour at most. Like, someone who vaguely knows what they're doing, but no, like, just someone with my level of knowledge should have been able to do this in an hour at most. Like, that's an hour counting things screwing up, Googling the answers, looking up various, you know, weird little caveats and strange cases. Wow, that bus came around that corner fast. And it took 6.5, something like that. It's very draining. But on the bright side, after it's all said and done, I am reinvigorated in that I now have things set up easier to make it to be able to develop quicker, and I can't wait to do that. Oops, that slowed down more than I thought it was going to. All right, but that's it for now. Thanks for listening to me rant about programming in general, and I'll see you in space. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the vlogginess and the trucking with that shitty horn sound. See you in space.